Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got a guest in studio, and he brought us some treats.
Yeah, I love when he brings treats.
We're going to try to guess what we're eating, or as Daniel said, what's in my mouth.
Yeah, I thought that's well, hold on a second. I thought that's what it was called. I thought that this segment was called What's in My Mouth, and then I wrote an AI. Well, I didn't write it.
John Graham's here.
Hey!
How you doing, John?
Hey!
So you wrote a song here?
Yeah, I'm creating one. I hit the button right now so you can see real time what happens. So boom, I hit the button for a song. I wrote jingle. All I wrote was jingle, and then I wrote what's in my mouth.
Okay.
Do you want to know the lyrics? No, I wrote some of the lyrics.
Okay.
Do you want to hear my lyrics before it? Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I wrote. I was just writing as fast as humanly possible.
Okay.
I don't even correct anymore. I just let it correct me. That's the key. If you guys, if you want to use this as a tool,
if you spell something wrong,
don't even worry about it. Tom Van Method. Just power through. Yeah. Just run like you're running through full speed through a wall.
It's smarter than all of us.
It is.
by like I think $1 million.
So here's what I write. It's already done with 2 songs, by the way. So it's done. How long is that?
Yeah, about 12
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote, what's in my mouth? What am I eating? What did you do? Why am I bleeding? What's in my mouth? This tastes like fish. What's in my mouth? I still think it's fish. That's the one.
I knew fish was worked in there.
That was for you, buddy.
As soon as you said what's in my mouth, I was like, fish.
Yeah, that was for you. That was for you. That's the link. That's the psychic link up between me and Tom. All right. So here, I put jingle. Let's see what we got. Here we go.
What's in my mouth? What am I eating? What did you do? Why am I bleeding?
Sounds mournful.
It's like Billie Eilish.
Like what's in my mouth? I still think it's a fish.
So Billie Eilish. What am I made for? From the Barbie movie, right? Oh, you want some more?
Oh, yeah.
What am I eating?
So it really kicks in.
I write bangers, y'all.
Why am I bleeding?
What's in my mouth?
It tastes like fish. What's in my mouth? I still think it's a fish.
It's a fish, dog. Not bad. Welcome, John Graham. Welcome.
On that note.
Yeah, welcome back to What's in My Mouth.
Yeah. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper. We'll never get Dr. Pepper.
Why did you go down the hall? What's in front of me? What's in front of me right now?
Mountain Dew. I know.
What would be my white whale? If I had one white whale.
We can endorse Diet Mountain Dew.
Honestly, I'm going to tell.
Until it gives us cancer.
Stop. Don't say that. Cut that out.
And then it's going to be hard to endorse.
Tracy, cut that out.
But I'll still do it.
Tracy, cut that out.
Yeah.
I drink, how many of these are consumed in the studio every single day?
Too many. I'm embarrassed.
I am embarrassed too. I bet the two of us drink a 2 liter a piece a day. A 2 liter a day. We should be sponsored by Diet Mountain Dew.
Not that. I cut mine with LaCroix.
But you still drink drink a 2 liter of it.
What psychopaths do, by the way.
All right, let's get to this.
Do you do the flavor recipe thing? Like, okay, I got a soda, and I got the little squirt bottles of different flavorings.
No, I literally
bottles of flavors.
I pull.
Yeah, well, it's like Kool-Aid, except it's in the little flavor enhancer. They call
okay.
it.
I pour.
So like, I got a LaCroix limoncello, and then I might like squirt raspberry flavor enhancer.
Hey, this guy's wearing out sheets over here.
I literally pour a full cup of LaCroix and then splash some Diet Mountain Dew like a psycho.
Yeah, he does do that.
Just not to fool yourself.
Yeah.
It's less embarrassing than what I do. I sit here with like I put a bottle, I hotbox them. I'm drinking a Mountain Dew with a cold one behind it. Ready to go. One in the chamber. Like a true blood patriot. All right.
How you doing, John?
Good. Well, I brought you, I thought for once I actually get to start off with news. You guys hear the news about Dr. Pepper?
No.
It is now
Has it been a problem?
It is now the number 2 most popular soft drink in the country.
I did see that.
Coke is 1, and this is just like Coke is Coke, not Diet Coke, not Coke Zero. Coke is number 1, Dr. Pepper is number 2, and then Pepsi is just behind it at number 3.
Really?
Yeah, Pepsi number 3. As of this morning, my daughter, very upset. She is a Carolina Pepsi girl. That is her drink of choice.
I thought Dr. Pepper was like more of an old school type soda that was falling out of favor, not becoming more popular.
No, I would say that I see more people when I'm buying my diet sodas, which, I am ashamed of it as well. when I'm purchasing them, I see more people buying Diet Dr. Pepper than any other soda.
Diet Dr. Pepper's pretty close to the real stuff.
And everybody says that. And then I think I would go one step further, John, and say that even the cherry Diet Dr. Pepper, that I don't even know where you find that anymore, but that one, just that little hint of cherry really hid the horribleness of the aspartame or whatever, whatever the weird sweetener.
The cancer?
Yeah. Just like the orange juice does in Diet Mountain Dew.
So,
well, yeah, watch the magic here. Dan, look right in front of you.
Oh, whoa.
You got one there on the corner of the table.
so this is
Wow. Oh, my God. I didn't even look at that. You had
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Strawberry and Cream.
Yeah, they've got a new one out,
yes.
even newer than this, called Creamy Coconut. But that's
Creamy
a limited. That one's a
Coconut.
limited time, and I didn't know when it was going to go away. So this
Okay.
one,
This is my stripper
one,
name.
this one is supposed to be on the market full
I
time.
feel like I
Okay.
like this.
They make it both with sugar and with whatever's
Now
in
we
zero
are
sugar.
okay. Now, out of all the products John's brought, I know you were doing your. I mean, and now you can be a little more free because you're not training for the triathlon. But normally, this is one of the only things you've brought us that I'm like, I can slam this. I can go full bore on this.
Now, it smells like medicine. I got to be honest.
Does Dr. Pepper smell like medicine?
You know what it
though?
smells like to me? It smells like Strawberry Quick. It smells like that, but not the powder. It smells like the liquid Strawberry Quick.
Because Dr. Pepper supposedly has 23 flavors in it, so this probably has at least 24.
All right. That's pretty good.
It tastes way better than it smells.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
artificial strawberry smell is a little much, but the flavor of the soda is not that bad. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. It's not a daily driver for me,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Yeah, in a hot day after you did a run, this
Yeah.
is not the drink for you.
Yeah, no.
This is a sipping in your car as you.
Can I go for a hot take here?
Uh-huh.
I'm not a cream soda man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a. I don't like my sodas to be creamy.
I'll tell you that there's nothing better than a creamy they have like a one of those LaCroix or whatever that's like creamsicle flavor.
No.
But
No, sir.
if you're high on THC,
Okay.
you have a creamsicle something,
Okay.
and then
this
it
is one of your weight loss tips.
Well, it
Yeah,
just-
it's a trick.
it tricks you into
Yeah.
believing you're having a delicious sugary
Remember
treat.
when Crystal Light was the weight loss trick for everybody? When everybody was like, how'd you lose your weight? You lost 100 pounds, Jerry. How'd you lose it? Crystal Light. Every night I drink 7 gallons of Crystal Light.
So this is going to be out full time, John.
Yeah, supposedly, yeah. And I wrote down, can you guess any of the other 23 flavorings?
I taste some turmeric in there.
And actually, these are all guesses because obviously the company isn't really telling us.
I taste some turmeric.
In this particular
I
drink?
taste some
Yeah.
nutmeg.
Well, Dr. Pepper, it's kind of cherry flavored.
I
Kind of
taste a
amaretto
little-
flavored, which is the taste of maraschino cherries.
Okay. All right.
People say there's prune juice in it, but that's the one thing they've come out and said that Dr. Pepper does not have prune juice in it.
cilantro.
There is
some sort of root?
sarsaparilla
Okay.
and some other stuff that's in root beer, like juniper and birch.
I taste elderberry flower.
Could be. Like I said, it all
And-
just says natural flavors on
Yeah.
the label, so
Okay.
you never really know.
I don't know what that means anymore because they can say that and still be like a high concentration of artificial flavors, right?
Well, they say
Yeah.
just natural and artificial flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the flavoring now, and then, oh man, the BDM page went crazy on this is when we found out, and this was John's fault, when we started talking
Uh-oh, what'd
about
I
bug flavoring. Remember when the BDM page almost melted? Bug flavoring, what?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
un-American maggot.
To make things look red.
No, but
the
just
color?
like the fake vanilla flavoring and all
Oh,
of that that's
yeah,
in
yeah.
insects.
Like, you can almost not trust any marketing
I
that's
know.
on any product because it's all trickery.
Or anything we say.
You
You
know?
can't, like,
No,
yeah.
but my mom, up until, I think a few years ago, she was giving my sons some sort of, sugar water that was that portrayed
I was
as
hoping you were going to say cigarettes.
and, and it was it was some sort of thing that said 100%
Yeah.
juice, and then she's like, it's healthy, it's 100% juice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, Mom, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just market. Like, juice can be defined in the food.
How is juice spelled?
No, I'm just saying, juice is technically under the law, just some sort of mixture of
Of
sugar,
sugar
and
and
water.
water,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not healthy. Just
Oh,
because
but I
it
bet
says
they
juice.
loved it. I bet they
No,
loved
they
it.
loved
Why'd you take it away?
Capri, she's like,
Yeah.
Capri Sun,
Oh,
it's
Capri
juice.
Sun, yeah.
Why'd
Yeah.
you take it away?
Because it's just sugar water. Anyway.
I got a mystery one for you now. Here, Lay's potato chips.
Oh, in little
A
baggies.
new flavor.
Okay, all right,
Otherwise you'd see what the label says.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
New flavor.
So you seen like Lay's? I don't know, about a month
Lay's.
ago.
They look
They
pink.
put it is. It's for folks at home.
You know,
for folks at home.
I never
It's
liked
pink potato chips.
the one random
Black one.
yeah, black one.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
that's
You're
in there. And because I always eat it, but I'm like, what is that?
You know what? I
Is
don't
it
eat
mold?
it. I usually put it back in there, which I know is not sanitary.
It's just burnt, right?
If I pick it out, like I'm holding Uno cards, right, of chips,
Oh.
and the black one's in my hands, the one that's just like, I drop it back into the bag.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, you
black
did get one of the dark
It's
ones.
just,
It's burned.
Yeah, I don't eat
no,
that.
I think it's like where the potato had a blemish, right?
Probably a little extra
Yeah.
sugar in it.
Yeah, it's like where it fell.
Well, speaking of sugar, I definitely taste sugar.
Yeah,
on this,
yeah.
All right,
It is.
all right.
It's a sweet potato chip.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet potato chip. Okay, here I'm going in.
Okay.
Lay's put out a bunch of ones
Oh
at the
my
start of
God.
summer. They had like a pickle
oh, yeah.
ranch and.
These are terrible.
yeah.
John, this is the worst thing you ever brought us.
Yeah. That,
Oh, here,
Okay.
let's see if you like it better once you find out what it is. What
Oh.
other flavors do you taste in there?
It's like Fruity Pebbles or something.
So it's fruity. Yeah, there's fruity.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
an important clue. The word fruity.
You put about 1,000 more chips than you needed to in that bag. Oh my God, that's bad.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna guess cotton candy of some sort. Because it's
There's
sugar.
probably some vanilla in there.
It
Yeah.
tastes very like.
What fruit do you taste? You said
Chips are supposed to be salty.
Yeah, man.
By
I
the
like
way,
a
Lays. What the
salty-ass
hell are
chip.
you
know
doing?
You know the only people that has chips correctly done, and by the way, out of the Tom and Dan Snack Bodega, it's the only chip that's gone, is Wrap Snacks. Wrap
Oh,
Snacks
yeah.
are the only
Yeah,
chip
yeah.
that was ever taken from this studio. All the other chips, whether it be Funyuns, I bought everything. Funyuns. I bought Cheetos. I bought Hot Cheetos. I bought Hot Funyuns. I bought Snyder's of Hanover mini pretzels, popcorn, all of it. Anything you can think of, I bought it, and the only thing people took was Wrap Snacks.
yeah.
well, they have a version of the prison chips, right? Don't they? The ones that are a little bit of everything.
Yeah, shebangs. They're called
Yeah.
shebangs. This man knows his chips.
You know
How do-
your
how do you
prison
know
chips?
that? How do you know that?
You did some time.
You've been in the
joint.
clink? Yeah, the clink. Look at me. You've been in the clink.
clink.
No, seriously.
Hooskow.
He knows his thing. Shebangs. Like we're gonna have to bring in some shebangs. There's two kinds of shebangs. There's regular, and then there's like XXL. And those are those chips were made popular in prison at the commissary
because they simplified it. Everybody wants their chips
with everything all
Yeah,
over.
they're everything.
Yeah.
Barbecue and spicy
Yeah,
and
but-
sweet and ketchup and.
We need it salted with some wholesome Lori salt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you know.
Yeah.
We want salty
Yeah,
chips.
you gotta salt them up.
You're too sweet.
Okay, back to the
Here, I'll
fruit.
let Dan read it. What have you been eating?
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. All right. It's an IHOP chip.
IHOP potato chips from Lay's.
All right.
Strawberry pancakes with syrup and bacon.
No, thank you.
So, what is when they do this? Is IHOP paying Lay's for the marketing,
Yes.
or is it a
co-op?
Is it some sort of co-op where it's like you'll get people that love the IHOP brand that will buy
Okay.
these? You know, like,
I'd be
who's paying
interested-
who here?
I'd be interested to see if IHOP had a stack of pancakes that's called like the sweet and savory, where they crunch potato chips on the top of it or something. Like, is it a
Yeah.
collaboration? Are
Yeah.
they trying to do what influencers do by working it both ways? And maybe it's just publicity on each end, or who's paying who? You're right.
Yeah, like I want to know, like, did IHOP
What do you
pay
think,
Lay's or Lay's pay
It
IHOP?
could go either way. I don't know who'd be paying for
I
who.
would think
Is it a
IHOP
partnership?
I would think it'd be a partnership, but I would think that
Well-
Lay's is paying IHOP for the name.
Oh, because I would say IHOP is paying Lay's just because think about how many different stores these bags could
True.
potentially be in. Like, there's only a X amount of IHOP, but dude, those Lay's potato chips could be in every
but-
grocery store across the
Hey, let
country.
me factor this in. This makes it even more
Only
difficult to
matters
figure
if
out.
you get an
You
IHOP near you.
these are only available at Walmart, or at least as far as I
okay.
know.
So then
Yeah.
Walmart, because if that's in
Well,
every,
there's your money.
if it's in every single Walmart, think about like then people see IHOP on the front. It's just it's a billboard for IHOP.
But the way I was thinking is
in
like,
Walmart,
Lay's
which is
can-
a target market.
But my point would be Lay's can make any flavor they want. I mean, they could have done a
Yeah.
a
It doesn't
pancake
matter, yeah.
flavor, but the IHOP name on it is what legitimized the goofy flavor.
Yeah. But then again, a big billboard for IHOP in every Walmart has got to be worth a lot of money.
A lot.
Because people will see that and then be like, oh, I'm hungry for IHOP.
And
You know?
and it is really the only way. I mean, I know that we talk a lot about
Those
this
chips
'cause-
are garbage.
Yeah, they are garbage. But we get fascinated with business. But it's the only chip you can do from IHOP that makes any sense. You can't do a hamburger. They
No,
have
no,
they have
no.
excellent hamburgers, but you can't do because
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
It's
You
got to
had
be
do that.
pancakes,
Yeah.
Fruity Tooty, fresh and fruity.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid.
All right, what else you got? Yeah, it is
Well, let's
dumb.
see.
Those are
I got
horrible.
two pancake syrups since we're talking about pancakes.
Okay.
Two pancake syrups in front of you. Let's see. Why don't you both pick up the one that looks more like syrup
Okay,
first?
the regular
Yeah.
one.
The other one's
Okay.
purple. We'll get to that
Now,
one
John,
next.
I noticed that you brought the Aunt J word bottle.
No,
in.
no, that's
Maybe we
Mrs.
can-
Butterworth.
That's Mrs. Butterworth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think you can buy Aunt Jemima anymore. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
Pearl
You
Milling
can't say the
Company.
J
or
word.
Yeah. So that's Mrs. Buttersworth, and this is a specific
Yeah,
flavor.
that is another branded flavored
Okay.
pancake
Is that
syrup.
It's very cinnamony.
Mm-hmm.
So is it
Okay.
a cinnamon toast crunch or a?
No, not
Is
not
it a
too far off.
Cinnabon?
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Cinnabon.
You nailed
okay.
it. It's Mrs. Butterworth's cinnamon bakery inspired syrup.
You know what sucks is Cinnabon. I feel like they're doing and they're having to do anything that they can to keep their name alive because malls are dead. And where else would
Yeah.
you go to get a Cinnabon?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're not going to go to like a freestanding spot.
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah.
it's become cool. Hipsters aren't. They're going to go to like the mom and pops to get their Cinnabons.
Yeah.
They don't want to be caught dead at a Oh, you bought it from Big Cinnabon?
I also just think that people are realizing like I'm eating a what a 1,250 calorie sugar bread bun.
yeah.
And it was like I
But
can't
I'm
eat
eating
this.
it between lunch and dinner.
yeah. So I think
Even the
that's gotta
airport,
hurt
yeah.
sales.
Probably.
Just with the people because I have noticed that people are being more cognizant about like not eating a ridiculous amount of sugar or whatever.
We need to go
anymore.
out west to really watch some good gorging.
Yeah.
Some good
Yeah.
mukbanging.
So Mr.
Oh no! Hey, now you got purple sparkly syrup. What's really
Holy-
funny is Mrs. Butterworth used to make this, and I can't find theirs anymore, but I can find the Walmart brand knockoff.
This is a
Okay.
purple
Sparkly purple syrup. So you get
Okay.
again, it's supposed to taste like this one is unbranded because it's a great value product.
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
But when it was originally made by Mrs. Butterworth, they put a branding on it.
Oh. I don't know.
That's
That-
rough.
It's
Oh,
taken away
damn.
his power of speech.
That's a little rough.
That-
It's so sweet.
Yeah, but also it tastes kind of nothing
Yeah,
like
it's-
maple syrup. It's like
It
Yeah,
probably
no.
isn't, right? Like it's
Well, you
probably,
know, like even at IHOP, you can have boysenberry syrup. And
yeah.
strawberry
Is that like
syrup
that's
and,
probably like corn syrup though? That's just been flavored.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
most cheaper syrups like a?
Oh sure.
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
There's
not
That's why
no
it says
tree
well, that's
in
why it
there.
says that's why they say pancake syrup instead of maple syrup, even if it
Yeah,
tastes
yeah.
like
Oh, right. Pancake syrup. Didn't even think about that.
So I don't even know what the hell that purple glittery syrup is.
So the original was for Mrs. Butterworth was Fruity Pebbles flavored syrup. This is great value Fruity Sparkles syrup.
See, that's what I was going for with the chips. Was Fruity Pebbles, 100%.
Why would they make that?
Kids.
Is that was the kids?
Yeah. Like you got a lot of picky eaters out there. Most things that you see, because I asked myself this too, because Maisie's a good eater. So,
Yeah.
like this morning, she had a 1 pound breakfast burrito for like seriously, it was humongous. Like it had like eggs and bacon and sausage in it
God, I
and
can't
peppers
get
and
my
onion.
kids to
Like,
eat
I mean,
nothing.
like she's eating it like a truck driver because that's what she
Oh.
likes. But I'm lucky.
Mhm.
There are some kids that you're.
Oh
like,
yeah, Max doesn't eat nothing.
Yeah, but like he's also super smart. But the ones that aren't like super smart, I think sometimes you can throw some sparkles on there and get them eating it.
Oh, okay. yeah, all right,
And
yeah.
that's no shade to anybody. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
those could be phases, the sparkle phases. I'm not saying your kid's an idiot. I'm just saying, sometimes you got to
Yeah.
put some green frosting, or sometimes you got to use the purple ketchup. Sometimes you got to use the green ketchup. It's a trick because
It's that buttered noodles and chicken fingers era of
yeah,
life.
man, I feel bad for parents. I see them. Like, you know where I see it the most? At the Amway. Or excuse
Yeah.
me, at any sporting
Kia.
event, at the Kia Center. It's like you're sitting there watching these parents, and the kids have all junk food around them, not eating a lick of it. And it's
Yeah.
you won't even eat pizza? You won't even eat a fry?
There's also and John
something.
and we've talked about this with John before, but there's a marketing element to this where like just like craft beer back in the day where craft beer would come out with some like ridiculous
Well, they did the
craft
sparkles.
beer.
They still
Oh,
do
sure.
the sparkles.
Oh,
you know, like just so it gets attention and for
Well, like
the
Oreos
brand.
puts out a new flavor every couple of months, and most of them are terrible.
Yeah,
they only
yeah.
need you to buy them once.
And and they'll release them in limited spots just to get attention, so that wacky morning shows and like our show can be like, oh, what is this glittery sparkle? And
let's try it. Oh, this is terrible.
But but their main, is just really just a marketing push.
There was a Swedish fish flavored Oreos only sold at Kroger stores.
I tried that.
Did we?
Yeah, I did try that. Not good.
Yeah, because you think it's going to be that gummy texture, and it's just the regular filling.
It's just they try to make the flavor. So
what else we got?
Room for one, I got 2. Room for 1 or 2 more?
we can power through them. Yeah, let's do them.
All right, well, here, let's do it here. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed this. Chips Ahoy has a new recipe.
No.
Okay.
Here,
now, wait a minute. So these, okay, so this has changed since I bought Chips Ahoy for the studio. Because I bought the mini sleeves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this will be different.
And so they're just advertising, we have a new recipe of chocolate chip.
Yeah, I forget, what is the word it says there? It's like something with lots of M's, like something.
Yeah, well, it says the cookie just got even better, and then it's, where's it say the part?
Maybe I missed. I must have dreamed that.
Yeah, I think you dreamed that. Yeah, it says the cookie you love just got even better. Real chocolate chip cookies, great with ice cream. Create your own unique, and then it wants you to do chip witches, but yeah, I guess they're saying real chocolate chip cookies.
I mean, I would venture a guess that I will be able to not tell the difference because a chocolate chip cookie is.
Here, try one and then I'll tell you what I thought was different. And there's nothing radical. It's not like.
All right, let's see this out.
I'll eat the whole thing.
They did say one thing they did say is there's more vanilla in it than there used to be. The chips are probably about the same.
The weird thing about Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies to me is that the cookie is so utterly shortbready and crumbly.
Well, see, that's the word. I think these are less crumbly. They're still crisp.
Yeah,
but they're not quite as chalky or crumbly.
But the chocolate's always been like the chocolate in Chips Ahoy cookies. The reason it wouldn't be my first choice. Oh my God, what if I died? Is the chips like if you look at them, they melt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what are they made of?
They can't leave them in the car in Florida.
No, oh my God. It's like.
We've brought them, like I'll throw them in the kids' lunchbox or whatever, and then they'll be just a melted.
Yeah, but what is that? It's low quality chocolate, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everything in there, like every gram of sugar in that thing is the lowest possible
Now,
quality.
after not having one of those in a minute, I will say that was absolutely delicious.
Oh,
trash.
yeah.
That was good trash right there.
Yeah.
That was delicious.
So
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like one of these things again. It's got to be just marketing, right? Like we changed the flavor, new Coke. Try this one.
I wonder if legally they are obligated to change a percentage in order to be able to garner that statement.
I don't think, dude, I'm telling you, the marketing.
Could they just change one ingredient? Like, instead of using this water, we use water from this place.
I think you could change. You could use an ounce less sugar or salt, and then claim you changed the recipe
use
because
brown sugar and white sugar. Change the ratios,
and so this could be the exact same taste, and it could all be psychological. Like if you got an old Chips Ahoy, you'd be like, I can't tell the difference. There's probably no difference. You know, they just, it's like beer when you just change the label on the can because the system is the system.
It does. The mountains did get colder, and the vortex. I blew someone's mind over the weekend because they were like, "Do you remember the Vortex bottle Miller Lite?"
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Do I remember it? I still pour my regular Miller Lights into a Vortex bottle," and they believed me.
So yeah, I would say these for me the main thing is they're a little less brittle.
Yeah, they're good.
Like, sometimes with a Chips Ahoy, you'd break it and you'd end up with like 4 chunks in your hand just because you took one bite out of it.
Yeah, they fall apart.
And I think these hold together a little bit.
They're crispy. I'm a crispy cookie guy, though. I know that breaks a lot of hearts because most people are chewy cookie people.
Yeah, not
I am
chewy
not.
Or the ones that are just so
chewy
soft.
cookies,
like,
you didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
That's to get to work. It's got to be crispy. It's not a cookie.
I like my aunt used to make chocolate chip cookies all the time, and she like kind of burn them a little bit.
Yes, that's what I like.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
And
crispy burnt.
Soft in the middle, but burn on the outside.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Okay, last one. Do you like? And you can each hopefully pick something different.
Is it fish?
Kit Kat, Kit Kat, Snickers, or Twix?
What do you like?
I like a Twix.
Okay, I'll go Kit Kat then.
Okay.
Kit Kat is.
So these are the
favorite.
Great Value clones, the Walmart clones. This is milk chocolate crispy wafer bars.
All right. Oh, I've never tried these. Okay, now this is good for me to try
And this is the generic Twix Great Value cookie and caramel bars. Ready?
Okay. All right.
All right.
So it's just knockoff Twix.
Yeah, they also make
I do love
Three
knockoffs.
Musketeers, and what's the other one? That's just like
Milky Way.
Milky Way. They make fake versions of those too.
Now, I'm
and
gonna
I think
guess.
the main difference, obviously, they're cheaper. These are like 78 cents a piece.
Okay.
I don't know what a candy bar the same size costs where you buy candy bars. Obviously, convenience
You know
stores
what?
they're more than grocery stores.
I'm gonna do hot take. It's not as good.
Yeah,
Really?
No,
I don't think they're as good. If
that
but,
is the
but-
chocolate tastes weird. It doesn't. Kit Kat's got a weird taste, like Hershey's chocolate. I know a lot of people don't like it. Some people say it tastes like vomit. I get it. It's got a harsher kind of a milk chocolate taste, and I feel like Kit Kat normally has that bite of that chocolate. This chocolate does not. No, not as good.
It's good enough for my kids.
That's what I was going to say.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I literally was going to say.
Yeah. Like, there's no reason, like, I feed them this, kit, or, regular
I mean,
Twix.
they shouldn't be eating
This
it
is
anyway,
fine.
right? I mean, it's trash.
Yeah. But I give my kids lots of treats all the time. I'm telling
You
you.
probably know this. Do you know what the filling is in regular Kit Kat bars? The stuff that's on top of the cookie before it gets covered with chocolate?
No.
It's mashed up broken Kit Kat bars.
I did not know.
The ones that aren't presentable, they put them in a grinder, and that turns into the stuff they put on top of the cookies. And that's why when you eat one, it just tastes the same all the way through because the filling is made of other Kit Kat bars.
Really? That's interesting.
Genius.
Yeah. So, like, there's no waste. They just basically,
I like
Yeah.
that.
like a snake eating its own tail.
Yeah.
Kind of like what are the little the really tiny lollipops, Dum Dums?
Okay, yeah.
You know how sometimes you get ones that have a question mark on them for the flavor,
Yeah.
and you wonder do you know what that is?
No.
They don't clean the machine. Well, they don't turn the machine off between, like, say they're making grape ones and then they make root beer ones. They just dump the root beer on top of the grape. So they get maybe 50 or 100 that are both flavors.
And then just put a question mark out
that's
there.
the question mark flavor.
All right.
So
that's
because it's-
genius.
Oh my
because it's
God.
always
We
gonna
gotta
be
start
different.
doing that with shows.
It could be
where it's
lemon
just
and
like,
cherry,
just
or
leave
it could
the
be you never
mics
know what you're gonna
on.
get. Yeah.
And whatever
And
you
then
get,
release
you
a
get. And
bonus
I'm put
show.
a question mark on it. Could be dead air. Could be the air conditioning guy working. He's in there.
Yeah.
He's banging on things. Could be John burping in the
And
bathroom.
behind the scenes,
Yeah.
as long as we put a commercial in front of it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for coming in, man. This
Thanks for
was
having me.
fun.
Yeah.
Let's set it up again. It's always fun to have you in here to try all these wacky products.
If anybody needs a guy like me, thatguyontv.com.
Yep,
There you go.
thatguyontv.com. John Graham, thanks for
Appreciate you.
for
Thank you.
coming by. And I appreciate you bringing all this stuff because
Yeah.
I will feed my sons with it. And then they are so happy every
John-
time you come in.
John
I'm like,
leaves
look
the
at all these
stuff,
treats.
And then Tom comes in. He's like, boys, I was
Yeah.
thinking of you.
But I
today."
take the credit,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, you should.
Perfectly fine.
I'm
You
just like
should.
Father of the Year. And
That's
they're
what a
like,
dad
"Thank you,
should
Dad."
do.
You should do that.
But one day when I'm dead, they'll hear this. They'll be like, he just got it from John.
You know what's funny is one day they will never hear this. I bet my life on it.
All right, bye bye.
Awesome, man. That was super fun.
Cool. There's
And your song came out really good too.
That's hilarious.
It's gotten way better. My God.
So yeah, a couple more of those. There's some fake Snickers bars.
Oh
I'll try those
wow.
later.
I mean, yeah, you can give them to your boys, man.
Oh yeah, well, take Maisie likes them too.
She
A couple more
she has
cans.
a-
Dr.
She
Pepper.
doesn't need any more. She has a giant dance bag.
Oh,
They give candy at dance, and it's filled to the brim. She needs no more.
So where does she stand on JoJo Siwa and her new
Hates
Bad
it.
Girl look?
Hates the song. Hates the dance. Yeah, does not like it.
Did she like old JoJo Siwa?
She is going through all of Dance Moms right now because she's just obsessed with dance. So she watches the show, which I'm not too keen on, but because it's kind of inappropriate. Like, it's like a bunch of trashy women fighting. But sometimes she'll fast forward the fights and just go to the dances, which is kind of funny. But yeah, she just doesn't understand it, the aggression in the stuff, she's seen the video and them kissing on the beach and all that. Yeah, it doesn't, there's nothing there. That doesn't even.
Did you see her drunk at Walt Disney World?
She did see her drunk at Epcot. Yeah, but she knows what that is, but she didn't think anything of it. Yeah. It's a little, and I don't even use that word, but it's a little cringy. It's a little, but I guess, when you grow up like that, that's what happens to you.
Hopefully on my end, I'll get back in here sooner next time.
Yeah, let me
I'll
know,
give you
man.
the really short version. So
Oh, you're still on Twitch and YouTube. Just
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Just throwing.
But it's not a secret. I just don't want to. So, no, I because I've leukemia about 10 years now.
Yeah.
So the drugs I take for that have been slowly messing up other things. So although I've been finding out surprisingly how many people have AFib, atrial fibrillation.
Okay,
Sometimes your heart will just jackrabbit.
Yeah.
And so I had to go into the hospital and get not a surgery, but a procedure. And so it seems to be working kind of so far. So we're just trying to cut down on the amount of time. So I'll just be sitting there and just like, well, weirdly you won't notice when your heart rate, or I don't notice when my heart rate jumps to like 120, but 140 you start to notice.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
Dude. That's high. Like that's what
some people it's crazy. Like some people it'll go to like 200.
God, wow. Yeah.
And weirdly, if you're as long as you're on the drugs, like people, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I said you won't have a heart attack. It's just because your heart is not operating efficiently. So part of it is going crazy, and part of it is not keeping up. So they got to make sure you don't get a blood clot.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. Wow.
That's why I got an injection 2 weeks ago, and I'm still a little purple.
Yeah.
You look really good.
No, thanks.
Yeah. You actually look better than the last time you were in here, man.
Okay.
I noticed. I was like, you look obviously been resting. So
So cool.
That's rough.
we love having you in, man.
Anything coming up for you guys?
Well,
Sorry I couldn't make it to the show.
we completely understand, man.
Yeah.
We'll keep trying until, because we love having you in. We have our beer release. You're obviously more than welcome to come out to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the 22nd.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that's basically that.
Where's that one?
That's
I
an Hourglass.
Okay.
Hourglass and Longwood.
but I'll snag you some because I know occasionally you like to dabble in a beer now and again. And this is a red lager, which I really like, and I haven't had one in a minute. And even the chat room was like kind of excited about it. I'm excited about this one. Should be a little bit different.
Yeah, it's interesting how the breweries in town are kind of readjusting right now.
They have to. You know what I mean? Everybody's hurting.
Like I know you guys were out of Deadwoods or Deadwords. Is it Deadwords?
Yeah, and
Deadwords, right?
Deadwords.
I've been out there
and then
too,
they got absorbed by Ivanhoe Park.
Ivanhoe bought them, or bought the stuff.
And they're gonna do all loggers.
They're calling it Lager House.
Yeah. Out of there. That is interesting. I mean, it's good to see the space stay. I'm not sure. I don't like the area.
I'm surprised how many people. Well, I'm not really surprised.
I love the room, hate the area. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the problem is, that area's going to gentrify. It's just probably going to be another 15 years. And they were the first one in.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
It takes a minute.
It does take a minute. But I love the area. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We went for the soft opening deal, and it was really cool. Like, because they were working with the library at the time, right? Yeah, that's when we were out there.
So many places are using Brew Hub. Them out of they're like halfway to Tampa.
Yeah, and what's the deal going on with?
Sorry.
Oh no! I didn't know if you knew about Cigar City. They let Wayne go, which I was like.
I mean,
did
how
you
many
read
years
any
ago?
of that?
Because they're owned by one of the bigger companies now. They sold to a few years ago.
Yeah.
They started making a lot of their stuff.
And then they were saying that they wanted to use the original tap room at Cigar City as a place of innovation, and I thought that was ironic considering if Wayne's your head brewer and he made all the beers and technically innovated all these amazing flavors, why wouldn't you bring him along? But I guess things change.
Yeah, company man. Yeah.
Well,
next week I'll be
man.
working mostly at I'm actually picking up some. Sorry, I left the agate. Disney's opening up Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Oh,
The
yeah.
press event for that's going on.
Oh, cool.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with a station from New Orleans for that.
Oh, that'll be great.
Very cool. Thanks, guys.
Good seeing you, man.
We'll be in contact.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having
I'll text you, man.
Sounds good.
Or email you, rather.
Either or.
Cool. See ya.
I want to hear what it did with the other song real quick.
Yeah.
What's in my mouth? What am I eating? What did you do? Why am I bleeding? What's in my mouth? This tastes like fish. What's in my mouth? I still think it's a fish.
I might publish this one on the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge and see if I can get it. Let's get it trending. And I'll call it I Think It's a Fish.
What's in my mouth? This tastes like fish. What's in my mouth? I still think it's a fish.
Do you think you could get Max to look cool and like dance to this? Right?
Yeah. I could ask him.
And then we'll put like strobes behind him.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. And then just getting him like fucking breakdancing crazy. We'll get Maisie to do a flip. And Max is backlit. Tommy can help me on the fucking on the production side of things. Yeah, he can help me.
What am I eating? What did you do? Why am I
see if it does an ending.
What's in my mouth? This tastes like fish. What's in my mouth? I still think it's a fish.
You let me down. If you put me with a fade or something, it would have been better. Okay. Enough of that. Where's this one go?
So that's Monday 3. And then we'll do 13 minutes of just maybe an email or whatever.
John is Monday 1?
3.
Monday 3. Thank you.
And it's, you need to find the date?
Yeah. What is that? The 9th? 10th. It's good seeing him. He looks good.
Yeah. 3, 4, 6, 10, 24. Oh, you wanted to go ahead and do 13 to finish this out? Yeah.
And then Thursday, we'll just do it like after lunch.
Yep.
Jackal, yeah, it does let you. Typically, it'll let you download the instrumental. When it's gonna get good is when it'll let you download all of the like tracks instead of mixing it.
So then that's when you can start producing your own songs and like
Yeah, because it
see
would
what
be,
it comes with, start tweaking it,
Yeah.
you know, like
that's when it'll be better.
because if you just did this all day and you're like, well, that sounds like a hit, and if you were a singer, then you could just tweak, you could put in your own words, tweak it, sing it, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden now you have your own song, but you used AI as an assistant. And
I mean, if you weren't
it was way faster.
If you weren't musical, but you were like poetic, you can sing.
Yeah.
All right, got that saved. Okay, so 13 for this. All right. I got some emails too.
Okay.
Here we go. In 3. Oh, just real quick before I start, guys, did the cameras clear up at all? How do they look right now? Does it take a second for these things to shake out? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this old camera deal. Okay, here we go. I'll bring us back. 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
So, do you want to do some voicemails, some email?
Yeah, we can do a little bit of both. Let me see what we got for voicemails real quick. And then if you do want to leave us an email, because those are good too, show@tomandan.com. Pardon me. That is the email address. Leave us an email. We get a lot of those, and they're obviously easier to read. We'll put a little bow on the try training, but we did get some congratulatory and some people with funny stories. So
Okay.
we'll put a little bow on these.
Hey everyone. First off, Tom, congratulations on finishing your triathlon and not saying it was the hardest thing you've ever done. That means you did the training, at least kind of, and so it shouldn't be that bad come race day. You're talking about the eclectic group of people that show up at these races. I did a half Ironman a couple years ago, and I didn't run into him. I saw this little person on the bicycle just like giving it as all, doing everything he could on the bike. So I passed him. And then ended up running into him on the run again, but I passed him on the bike, which means he beat me on the swim with his little tiny arms. Somehow this man swam faster than me, but I didn't end up having to give him like aid on the side of the course because he was passed out under a tree.
I mean,
I hadn't made it to the end because I like to still be surprised on some of these voicemails. You know, it's a small team here. I did not know that the little person passed out.
So
my wife and like you and my wife naturally, just based on stride, like I'm not saying that, but like I'm not the fastest cyclist, so that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
You know?
If you have smaller legs.
Yeah, there's just less to work with.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like there's a famous clip that I saw on TikTok of like this Swedish? It was like an old Olympics or a trials or something, and there was this one girl that must have been 5'6", and she was racing this other girl that was probably like 5'11", 6 foot tall. You know, maybe the other girl was like 5'4". Anyway, you see the difference, and the smaller one was insanely. Her legs and arms were moving so fast, and the taller person, the stride, like she just strided right past her.
Yeah.
But it's it's just the math of like, hey, you're taking 2 steps for every 1 step.
Yeah.
Though you're
it
gonna
happens
be faster.
at the mall too with my wife. You know, like me and May are trying to catch up. It's funny where I don't know where Maisie's gonna shake out. I guess like somewhere between me and Andrea. I would imagine.
Be taller, than both of you.
She's kind of stalled out right now, though. Like, yeah, she absolutely could. I mean, it runs in the family, but I think my terrible genes really drag her down. I poisoned the well bad. Poisoned the well for sure.
Yeah, hopefully she dodged it.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's undodgeable. Like, I'm pretty good at the things I do. Right, I'm pretty good. Let's try this email. This is from Chris. He says, "What's up, gang? I was listening to an ACT show. I forgot what day, but someone left a voicemail asking what's the oldest listeners were. I've emailed before talking about my uncle who doesn't understand technology. He'll be 70 in October. But I talk to him like 3 times a year, and without fail, he always asks, when's Tom and Dan going to be full-time on the radio again? I always tell him, download the damn Mediocre app and become a BDM. It's easy. But he ignores it and says he'll just listen to the radio, but he wants to hear more shows, and then I put on mute, and then I put on mute and yell. So he's short. He's going on 70. Listen to back when Tom was drunky, which he still calls you drunky. He will not call you Tom, but he still listens on the radio and can't wait till we get back on the radio.
Well, we're on the radio. This show is on the radio right now.
Yeah, but like I don't think he's active when it's on the radio. So it doesn't count.
Yeah, okay.
It
so
has to be like morning and midday or like afternoon. You know, like old men go to bed early, and then also podcasts don't count as radio to him. And also late night radio shows, if he's not up, don't count.
So I know this sounds hypocritical because I am horrible at technology.
Have we been sticking with this long enough for radio to come back around?
No.
Okay. Just checking. I'm just checking.
Can't. It literally. It's impossible because
I'm just checking.
Everything is going to streaming. Which is just the distribution of it. I can't see that it's going to go backwards to.
Sorry, I interrupted your point. You're fine.
No.
I derailed you.
I forgot.
I knew it. God damn it! I knew it.
Oh.
Here's one. Here's a quick email, and I'll show this to you. Hey, so I've not Googled it yet, but I
got it back.
Okay, great,
So,
great.
I know I'm a hypocrite by saying this, but if you did like something, like say this guy did like Drunky and Daniel, right? He's like, I just wish I could hear them, right? And he you basically have to have some sort of smartphone nowadays. Like they do sell flip phones and things like that, but it's almost more expensive or more of a pain in the ass to get.
Minimalist phones you can get that like tether to your phone. Like,
yeah.
Mess out there. But it's a blanket mess.
So I'm saying like most all phones that you have to own are smartphones, right? I know
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Now,
what are you getting at here?
Well, it's what I'm getting at is that if he wanted to download,
no, he doesn't want to that much.
Yeah. He must not because it's not hard at all.
Yeah, he's lazy. It's not. We were
updates
good when we were on the radio, but we're not worth the effort.
Wait, but it's almost. I mean, you could make the argument
not worth the effort.
Less effort to download the podcast than it is to listen to the radio, because at least the podcast you can get,
Okay, I understand that, and that's an excellent point. Set that aside. It with you. Set that aside.
Okay,
excellent point. Is it harder to start a new routine?
I understand that. Yes, it is harder.
He has a routine, and his routine does not involve using the new app, press and play on the show. It's to be 2 clicks, app open, play.
See, I'm afraid
routines are hard. You're talking to
it is.
yourself right
No,
now.
I know. But don't you want to enjoy your life more? Like it's
You talking to me?
no,
Oh.
like to the person that's like, I don't want to introduce this new routine, but it's like all you have to do is learn how to download. You know, your phone will have a podcast store.
I'm very
and then
close
you subscribe
to being
to
this
it,
man.
and then it's there,
I'm
and you click on
regressing.
it.
I have to confess something to you right now.
You're not regressing that much,
Dude, I'm regressing. Yesterday, my wife, as a treat for me and Andrea, rented us one of those Tesla Model X's so I can be the chauffeur and drive May around on her birthday to the water park and everything. And she thought I would think that's cool to drive a car I've never driven before, full self-driving, the whole nine with the gold wing doors, the crazy doors.
Okay.
And it's
how much different is it than your car?
it's just way bigger,
Okay.
and it's the step up. I have the economy version of a Tesla. These are like the real big dogs.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah, it's like what Roop has, our
Okay.
millionaire friend.
Okay.
I don't even know if he still has anymore.
What
But
does that Tesla Model X cost?
God, I don't know. It's in the 80s, I think.
80 grand, okay.
Yeah, maybe a little less than that now. But so anyway, it's like it was just for the day, just something fun for my birthday.
Okay.
Like a wild thing to do. We did it through Turo. I couldn't use the app to sign up. Then I couldn't get it to link with Apple. Then I couldn't get it to link with my Facebook account.
Okay.
Then I couldn't get it to link with X. Then I couldn't get it to link with Instagram. Then I put in my phone number, but instead of putting 407, I put 404, which locked the entire purchase of the car for Andrea because they couldn't confirm my number and thought it was a scam. And it sent the payment from Turo back to Andrea and canceled the entire thing. I ruined the birthday. She had to call and get them to look up my number using a 404 area code because I bricked the whole thing so bad. And then we argued and yelled at each other. Like, I'm regressing. I don't have my powers anymore. I do it so much here that I don't have enough to give anymore. And then when I get home, I can barely turn on the TV.
Well, that's a bigger problem.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem.
Hey, I mean, and that is, putting in the wrong phone number. You're right.
No, I couldn't use anything. I couldn't even log in. I couldn't even. It's a mess.
So, did you finally get it worked out? Or
No, it was still pending. It's just like the other thing we were dealing with this week, where you can't talk to a human, and then they send you an email saying we're looking into it.
Yeah,
and then you just have to sit.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. Here's an email from Clark. Clark says, so I have not Googled it yet, but I will, and I'm postulating now because it's fun. Have you ever looked at the Wendy's logo and thought that the neck looks like it says Mom in cursive? And here's the Wendy's logo.
Okay. Is that a thing?
It is a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I saw that on a branding without even looking it up. I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to go with it. I like that.
Did they do that on purpose?
Yeah.
So that some sort of subconsciously it feels more wholesome or
Yeah,
something?
like subliminal. Remember their whole take was old-fashioned hamburgers, right? Wasn't that their, the square patty? And apparently, from what I learned on NPR one day, Dave Thomas was a real dick about the patties being square. He was like, that's a square patty forever,
I guess it differentiates them from other places.
My dad was convinced that because it was a square patty, that the corners were extra meat. He was. He was convinced.
Mathematically, I guess that is correct.
He was convinced. He's like, it's hanging off the goddamn bun. He was all in on the Wendy's hamburgers.
Because if you just cut that patty into a circle with a cutter, you got the 4 squares.
That's
you got a little square of meat.
That's un-American. Yeah, my dad, and I don't know if you remember even eating fast food with your dad, but my dad was a Wendy's man. If my dad had his druthers, if he were picking fast food, always Wendy's. And he didn't do biggies. Those were for fat people. Seriously, he didn't. He just got normal-sized things. But it was during that time when Super Bar, the yellow cups, the yellow fry cups. Remember the yellow cups?
Yeah.
The yellow napkins? I think all that's gone. All napkins now are brown, and I hate it.
I don't remember eating too much fast food early in my life in the early 80s, and I think in Miami, I know there's less chains in Miami just because it's an older city.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? There's less real estate for chains to pop up. Like now it may be different, but there's less like chain gas stations down there and stuff, and like just because the property's worth so much and it's older. So I don't remember eating too much fast food. And I think it was just less of a thing, like more of a treat.
It was more of a treat.
I'm talking about like,
We never got it, but when we
80s.
did, it was usually like I'd be coming in from soccer practice. We were running a little bit late because maybe we had a tournament or something coming up, and the coach had kept us a little bit later to work on some drills or something.
Yeah.
And then mom and dad would, like one of them, if not both of them, would try to meet up there, because that's what you did, I guess. They were really good. And then on the way back, it would be a treat. We'd go through Wendy's.
Yeah. I remember, but later on, like I feel like late 80s, early 90s, I kind of remember like when I was 10, 11, it was after my dad died. So it was like that started, it seemed like ramping up with fast food. But, or like, I feel like in the 70s, if you're a 70s kid, you didn't eat no fast food, right?
Yeah, my dad never ate fast food.
Like, it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it was not a thing. And come to think of it, the only two places he liked to go for fast food were Wendy's and Burger King. He was not a McDonald's guy.
Oh.
Don't even get me started on Taco Bell. That was like not even, that's not a thing, sir.
Yeah.
Un-American.
He never,
my God.
never set foot in Taco Bell.
Never. He thought Subway was stupid.
Yeah.
Like most anything. My dad was still around when Moe's had come out.
Yeah, at the beginning.
And we got one in DeLand, and I took my mom and dad to Moe's, and we opened the door. They're like, "Welcome to Moe's!" I know my dad was gonna crap it. They're like, "It's not. That was not. I've never."
What are they yelling about?
My dad's like, "F this place, F that kid, F this dumb, complicated menu. Everything looks crazy and wacky. The music's too loud."
I'm not saying Joey Bag of Donuts. Stupid.
John Koskistan. Who's a John Koskistan?
One extra large burrito.
I want a burrito with no beans and no rice, just a tortilla and meth.
Let's do one more voicemail.
Do we even have time?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
all right.
I think we got to get out of here.
We will see you tomorrow.
Nice little pivot on the remember when. All right.
Perfect. So we'll just come back, and then after lunch, we'll do Thursday.
Perfect. All right, guys. Have a wonderful lunch. I'm going to still work on these cameras and see if I can't figure out why they are dragging.
We'll be back